Welcome back to the Kane and Day Show. I'm your host, Kane. You can find me on Twitter at Killing Kane and YouTube at Killing Kane. There's sometimes we stream, so go over there, shoot me, subscribe to the YouTube, and come watch me play Call of Duty and Rocket League. I'm gonna kick it over to my co-host here. He's gonna introduce himself, and then we're gonna get into MLB free agency. It's been wild. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Day. You can find me on Twitter at Realdaygaming1. And follow the show on Twitter, the Kane and Day Show.
Just do it.
I've been on there. It's kind of. No tweet, but I'm working on it. I use the Twitter. If you do like the video, leave us a like. Leave us a comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. I saw that 63% of the people that watch this aren't subscribed.
Well, you
hit that sub button.
You gotta hit that sub button. It is free, and it helps us out a lot.
That's true.
We want to be a credible, podcast at one point, and that only
John Heyman.
Yeah, and that only happens with your guys' support. We support everybody who has supported, or we are happy to everybody that has supported so far. We really appreciate it. But yeah, if you guys could just leave us a like and subscribe, be huge.
Absolutely.
All right, so what are we doing today? We're talking MLB free agency because it seemed like, once Verlander signed, I know it was DeGrom first, but now that Verlander went, everything is popping off, and it's been a wild couple of days.
Well, it's because of the winter meetings. But,
that's true.
So this will be part one of the winter meetings. We are filming this on Wednesday.
Yes.
Part two will finish when the meetings are over, and hopefully the rest of the shortstops go, because that'd be fantastic.
That would be. So let's go to, we already covered what happened at the start of free agency. Got some bigger names out of the way, so we're just gonna not go over those today. We already talked about them. We don't want to be a broken record. So we're gonna start here at November 22nd. Angels make a trade, and they got Hunter Renfroe, which I like this trade a lot. You've seen some resurgence in the Angels offense this year. Yeah, they got rid of Brandon Marsh, but their team didn't revolve around him. You had the likes of Taylor Ward stepping up, Shohei doing what he did at the plate this year, Mike Trout, when healthy, coming back from his injury, popped off for 20-something home runs and still damn near hit 40, or he did hit 40. If you have a healthy Anthony Rendon, he also hits well. Luis Refrignegro? I don't know how to say his name. That shortstop killed the Mariners a lot. They've got hitters, and adding another one in Hunter Renfroe, plus he's a plus defender. It's good trade for them. Gives what's his name, Mike Trout, just a little cushion.
I think he's a more consistent version of Brandon Marsh.
Yeah,
he's not great. He's not bad.
He's average.
He's also right-handed, so that's a problem.
Yeah,
because I think the left-handed bat in their lineup was big, but he's gonna.
They still have Jared Walsh.
Consistently average.
Yeah, and it gives Mike Trout protection, and like I said, Hunter Renfroe plus arm plus defender.
They didn't give up much for him. That's the other big thing.
Jason Junk and Elvis Peguero, and minor league lefty Adam Seminaris.
Yeah, so it's not much.
I like the trade.
Not anything in their top five, so
I like the trade. I mean, you've seen Hunter Renfroe quite a bit because I believe he was on the Rays
and the Red Sox.
And he, like you said, he's average, and you're gonna add him on this team. He may play a little better due to the better circumstances. And you're playing with Mike Trout. You guys look alike, so act alike, play alike. Do everything alike. You should move in with him and his wife and baby. It's like you have two Mike Trouts around.
Call it bad. I just lost polo. I'm fully checked now.
Next notable free agent signing here, I would say Mike Clevenger signing with the White Sox. I've liked Mike Clevenger his whole career. He's nasty. He's got that swag to him. I really like this. It's a prove-it deal. He's been injured in San Diego. See if he can get back to his Cleveland days where he was lights out. So we'll see how he does with the White Sox. I really, really like this deal. With the fact that Tony La Russa is out, you're going to have a new coach, probably a bunch of new coaches next year, and hopefully they still have a good pitching coach because that was one of their brighter spots. I mean, Lucas Giolito popped off and was great. Lance Lynn does fine. Look at Dylan Cease's year, and you're adding Mike Clevenger into that. I mean, Mike Clevenger just came from a organization that had 6 or 7 really good starting pitchers. And so now you're coming into this White Sox organization, which they should lead the AL Central this year. If everything aligns right, they should be at the top of that AL Central. I mean, what are your opinions on this?
I mean, I get him leaving San Diego, like you said. They had 6 starters,
6 or 7.
It helps they traded McKenzie away, but there's just not a spot for him really, and I think saw that, and the priorities for San Diego's elsewhere, and I'm just shocked that he went back to the AL Central.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got me. But he joins a good rotation, so
he does. He really does. I expect Lucas Giolito to have a better year. They started to play a lot better once Tony La Russa stepped away. That just goes to show it was. And it just goes to show like how bad of a manager he was. He's still stuck in the 70s, man.
That's true.
Like, got to get with the now. Look at all these coaches and I mean, Dusty Baker. The dude adapts to the era. He knows what he had to do. He knows what they had to do. And you know what? They did it. And they won a World Series. And that's the next team we're going to be talking about here. Because I don't see how this team loses. Yeah, they lost Justin Verlander. But guess what? They have 2 Cy Young candidate pitchers still in Christian Javier and Frember Valdez. You have 2 guys that could win the Cy Young.
Hunter Brown is also a carbon copy.
Yes.
He's also 15 years younger.
That's true. But as of right now, they have 2 Cy Young caliber pitchers.
And he's from Detroit, so shout out Wayne State.
And this team is going to do it again. They went out and picked up Jose Abreu for 3 years. He was I'm done with Chicago. There was too much shenanigans. He's getting to a point in his career. He wants to win. And this is the best chance to win. Because the Astros are not going anywhere for a long time.
No, you lose Gurriel, which is tough because he was the batting champ in 21.
And then he had a down 2022.
He had a down year, but he had an up postseason.
True. But with the
he's also a really good defender. That's the other thing.
Yeah, and with the uprise of Jeremy Pena this year, and a healthy Yordan is probably one of the best hitters in the game. Kyle Tucker, Michael Brantley still. I mean,
they didn't get him yet. He's still a free agent.
Okay. He probably come back, but
linked to Tampa. That's the only reason I know
that. But you've had all these good hitters, and Jose Abreu is one of the most consistent hitters because I believe he won MVP in 2019.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just always been good, and you're getting him on a team that has, in my opinion, I mean, look at Yordan and look at Jeremy Pena. They have a fantastic hitting coach. Why do you think Altuve, is usually the batting champ for that team? They all hit well, and Jose Abreu, getting older in his career, he knows what he's doing for the most part, but getting that fine-tuning might make him that much better with Houston.
But the Crawford boxes in left field are also enticing to him.
You're not wrong.
320 is a short waist for a major league hitter.
You're not wrong. This is for this
The
like
ball flies out of there.
if I'm giving this a grade, it's an A plus.
Well,
You got better.
I give it an F because it makes me upset because the Astros are going to win 117 games next year. Remember that number, 100. They're going to break the record. I'm telling you, that team is good. They're still going to be good. They got most of their bullpen back, or they're going to get it back. They're scary.
Yeah.
Again,
they are.
I wouldn't be. They should open as the favorites over the Dodgers to win the World Series next year.
I agree. They didn't lose much.
No.
We're gonna keep it in the AL West though. The other day, got a little notey on my phone. I gave it a good old look-see, and I was like, "This is the Mariners." Okay, I'm interested. You tell me more. And I look, and I was like, "The Mariners acquired Colton Wong for Jesse Winker and Abraham Toro." And
poor Abraham.
Yeah. Do you look at Jesse Winker, his entire 2022 wasn't great.
It was bad. Don't even sugarcoat it. It was bad.
It was bad. He did not hit like he did in Cincinnati.
I knew it was going to happen.
And just kind of not the best locker room presence, at least from what you see on the field. When they play the Mets and Paul Sewald strikes them out and gets out of the inning, he's talking shit to New York fans. I mean, you kind of love to see it. Then the whole Angels brawl thing happened. And just Jesse Winker didn't do anything this year. Was not great in the field, wasn't great in the box, but you gave up a lot for him. And
we're going to find out he was also one of those one-hit wonders. It's not like Suarez. Suarez played consistently what he normally does.
Yeah.
Strikes out, hits home runs.
If he wouldn't have gotten injured, I would have hit my prediction on his stat line for the year. So
yeah, but it's like I said, out of that trade with Cincinnati, Suarez did what he got traded for, and
exactly.
Jesse did not. And Jesse's no longer there because they needed a second baseman.
No, they did, and Colton Wong is Adam Frazier.
Yep,
they're the same person.
Maybe a little better contact.
I like the trade. I still think the Mariners are not done in this offseason. They will either make a trade. One of the things that I've been seeing is for Brian Reynolds. Who you're going to give up. You're going to see the likes of Harry Ford. You're going to see Jared Kelenic. You're going to see Matt Brash. And most likely you're going to see Emerson Hancock if you're making that deal with the Pirates. The only person I would like to see not in that package would be Emerson, because he's your next qualified stud. Brash struggled starting, was fantastic in the bullpen, but you can't get rid of Emerson. You just can't. And mark my words, people, if the Mariners do make a trade, Jared Kelenic's name will be in it.
Oh, yeah.
It will be. Doesn't matter for who. I mean, it's most likely going to be a better player, one of the bigger names in baseball. But Jared Kelenic will be on the move. He will be in a new uniform, most likely come opening day.
That's true.
I like this trade for both teams. Jesse Winker gets another.
Find out the hard way.
Well, he's also going back to the NL Central.
Yeah, but he's going to a pitcher's park, not a hitter's park. That's Great American Small Park where he had his one-hit wonder season.
Right, but he's also going to be playing in a lot of the ballparks he played in. While on that side, Abraham Toro probably going to see a little bit more playing time. Wish him the best. I really like Abraham Toro. He was a hype man for this Mariners team, and I wish him best. Hope Colton Wong balls out, but we'll see come year start. I think this next one, this was big. This one was big.
Really should have made a video on this just on its own, to be honest, but we didn't.
Yeah, the Rangers, they are wanting to spend a lot of money. They are.
For them.
Because
when you have the fourth highest value, you probably have the money to spend.
But the Rangers went out and signed the cheat code himself, Jacob deGrom. I love this for them, don't love it for me. As a Mariners fan, I don't want to see Jacob deGrom 7 or 8 times a year. It's going to be very tough. But I had for him. You could tell he was very disconnected. He's been hurt a lot. Just kind of distancing himself from that Mets organization. And he's going to probably one of the best pitchers' parks. And
my big point was that is a massive park.
Yeah.
He is going to have a field day. As long as the defense can show up to work, he is going to have a field day.
Yeah. And I think that if you see a healthy Jacob deGrom this year, I'm going to make an early prediction. He's winning the Cy Young.
Nobody's going to beat him.
If you can get Jacob deGrom for a whole 162, if he's not the Cy Young, y'all can just
look at the road numbers. That's all you got to do. Because his home numbers are going to be electric. They might break records, to be honest with you, if he can stay healthy for the whole season.
That is true. Next team we're talking about, here's the Dodgers. They decided to bring Kershaw back for a year for $20 million.
It's a lot. That is a lot of money for him probably to get hurt again. Something else. It's either going to be his shoulder, it's going to be his elbow, it's going to be his back, it's going to be his knee. You know what? It's going to be his foot this time.
I mean, he should have just went to Texas too.
I think he should have just retired, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
He still pitches fine, but he can't stay. It's like DeGrom. He cannot stay healthy, and he's getting old.
Yeah, he's getting really old.
There's a reason he got 20, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, but Verlander got 43. But
also, here's a big thing, too. Kershaw should have retired after they won the World Series. Go out on top, baby.
Argument too.
He finally had a postseason where he pitched fantastic.
Fine. Wasn't great. Well, yeah, that's true.
He did
pitch fine.
He pitched pretty good.
Well, it was against Tampa, so I refuse to believe it.
That's fair, but I would have, if I were him, I would have just stepped away. Again, he's been riddled with injuries, and like you said, you paid him $20 million for what? Watch him fucking Tommy John first. Yeah, but I could see a world where boom, second outing Tommy John.
I mean, in a perfect world, he gets you 20 to 25 starts.
Yeah,
give or take. But yeah. He lately has not been able to do that. So I'd be thrilled with 15, even though it's just over $1 million a start.
Yeah. I mean, good to him. He's going back to, finishing his career most likely.
That is loyalty, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's had many chances to go to Texas because that's where he's from.
That's
and
true.
I would really expect to see him in a Rangers uniform if he doesn't retire next year.
That's a possibility.
Next one, though. That's true. Next year.
I did bring Martin.
Next deal here, Justin Verlander does not. I
didn't realize that was the next one.
Does not go back to Houston. I don't blame him for not going back to Houston. That whole controversy with the owner,
the owner's been doing fine.
Yeah, he has, but not bringing back the GM. That's all that nonsense. He decides to go the Steve Cohen route and earn himself a 2-year, $86 million contract, reunited with Mad Max. Gonna be a nasty 1-2 punch. Just got to get this team to the postseason. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I kind of laughed because I think Houston offered him 3 and he wanted 2.
That's fair.
And then they wouldn't get the AAV up to 43.5, which is what the Mets offered him. I'm of course happy for him. I was sad because, I think he deserves what you keep saying about Clayton. I think I want him to come home.
Right.
It's been way too long.
Do you think he actually does though?
No.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother about that last night, and he's like, "Why would he go?" He said, "Why would he go to a team that's not going to be in a position to win?"
He will go the route of a one-day contract. He will retire as a Tiger, and I believe he will. But I don't think he will actually play for them again.
I don't. It's not like an Albert Pujols thing. With the Cardinals being in a good position, and you know what? He helped them down the stretch.
Pujols was all over the place. The Cardinals gave him a chance. One last chance.
Yep.
That's what happened to Pujols. But I think with Verlander, if anything, he'll just sign a day contract, retire technically as a Tiger, and then go to Cooperstown.
Yeah. I like it.
I'm happy for him, though.
Yeah, me too. I like it for this Mets team. I'm not going to make the mistake again. Verlander's going to come out and pitch Cy Young numbers again. And he will be worth every cent of that contract.
Well, they had to do something losing DeGrom.
Yep.
They had to do something, and you could say he's old, right? You don't know what you're going to get next year.
Right.
Are you going to get the Verlander from last year, or are we going to see what happened to Tom Brady this year and fall off a cliff? But I would rather have, in my opinion, have somebody out there like Verlander, who's been consistently pitching 25 starts, than somebody paying DeGrom 40. What do you get? 40 a year, 41 a year,
something around there,
and hope to God that he
pitches
makes 10 starts.
Yeah.
That's what you have to look at if you're a Mets fan. Like I believe you're gonna get more value.
Yep.
Yes, at 43.5 with Verlander than you would with DeGrom, and just let him walk.
I agree.
I think it was a good move.
Yep. Me too.
It was the right move, actually.
At
least they filled that gap.
Yeah.
It's not like just let him walk and they got I don't know, just.
I mean, they did
some number 4.
I mean, we'll get to it, but they did lose another big arm, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they went to a division rival too.
They sure did. December 5th is when my heart broke. It really was. I would like to say that this is my second favorite player in the league. Trey Turner signed an 11-year deal with the Phillies. I love Trey Turner. I don't know why he's such an underdog.
Well, you know what's funny? He's going to the scene of that famous video.
Uh-huh.
Remember that slide video where that perfect slide?
Yeah.
That was in Philly.
Yeah.
You realize that, right? That was in Philly.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm happy. Dave Dombrowski is making moves to get that team back to where they were this year.
Here's the thing. I saw an interview that he did, and he was like, I tried to do it for 10 years, doing it the right way. Doing it you don't spend too much, you don't go over all that. And he's like, yeah, and it failed, so fuck that, and I'm spending all the money I want to spend to make this team fucking win. And it's like...
Oh, Dombrowski?
I thought I saw... I mean, taking out the expletives, He's just like, no, I did it.
Dombrowski knows what he's doing. He did it in Detroit.
Yeah.
He did it in Boston.
He said there was 10 years that the Phillies weren't anything.
Well,
and then he started spending money. Or it might have been the owner who said that. I don't know. It was somebody in the Philly. It was
Dombrowski. Like I said, he loves to spend money and deplete your farm system.
It was somebody in their organization said, I did it the right way. I did it the way you're supposed to, where you don't go over the salary cap or whatever. And he was like, I did that for 10 years, and we were sorry. And now I'm spending money because I don't care. I want to win. And it's like, love that mentality. Love it.
Well, like I said, they have the right guy at the helm running the show.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he will build you a team if you give him the resources, and will deplete your farm system doing it.
Right.
But you know what? You're gonna win.
I mean,
they made it
their farm's still looking pretty strong, and I don't think they need to give up much of it.
Which means they're gonna give up a lot, because that's what Dombrowski does. Look at Boston; they're in shambles right now.
Oh, they sure are.
Detroit is still recovering from what Dave Dombrowski did to them.
Yeah.
But they're winning right now.
But this is huge. This is huge. He is, Bryson now moves to second. That's fine. They do. Here's the thing. Trey Turner is going to turn Bryson Stott into him, but a lefty.
Yep, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's real scary.
We all think, I mean, at least I do. When Trey Turner was on that Nationals team, underrated as fuck. He is so...
His defense was bad, though.
It was, but it's gotten better. But he is so goddamn good. It's unbelievable. And I think he will make this team that much better. Bryson Stott is going to get tremendously better.
I agree.
And you're going to have the most lethal righty-lefty fast guys in the league.
I mean, that lineup's nuts. Schwarber, you can even throw Trey second.
I mean, fuck, dude. Nicholas Castellanos finally figured it out in the playoffs.
Kinda.
In the playoffs, he did. But, I think Castellanos settles in more. I think he performs again because he's performed in like 3 different places before this. So I think he will perform for this Phillies team with him, Bryce, Bohm. Bohm was looking fantastic.
Reese,
JT. This team is scary.
Yeah, they have the best shortstop, the best catcher, and arguably the best National League designated hitter in the league.
Yeah,
because nobody's better than Jordan. I'll get over that one. But I mean, Bryce Harper, as right now without his arm, is the second best designated hitter in the league.
Yeah, I agree.
Until his arm's good, then he'll be the best right fielder in the game. So
I agree.
That comes next spring.
But huge ad. Yeah. They're going to be good for a long time.
You have the combination of like veteran and then young with like Bohm, Stott. Then you have Trey Turner with Bryce and Realmuto, and Hoskins won't be there for much longer because he's been there forever.
Yeah, but they'll just have another good first baseman there. Yeah, so
they have the foundation for a while.
Yeah. Rangers add Andrew Heaney on a 2-year deal. Like this move. They're really, really focused on pitching this year. I don't know how much more they're gonna really be active, but maybe they go at a stick. You would hope to see it as a Rangers fan. Don't expect too much more to happen though. You just spend a lot of money on Jacob deGrom.
Unless they go out and get some bullpen arms, because I still think they need it desperately.
Yep.
Maybe another bat, but I don't think the bat's gonna happen. The bullpen probably will though. Hopefully.
One of the weirder signings that I saw, Cody Bellinger goes to the Chicago Cubs.
Good for him.
I love it.
I think he'll do well there.
I hope so. One of the things that I don't like about him going there is how left field has that,
Schwarber did just fine.
Cut out there.
Rizzo and Schwarber did just fine.
That's true. But I really hope you see Cody bounce back. It's a good change of scenery for him. I want to see MVP Cody again. I want to see him put up those crazy fucking numbers. Because Cody Bellinger at one point was so fucking good that it was just like, you don't pitch to him because he hits 35 plus bombs a year.
Well, I also like the structure of the contract. It's only a 1-year deal to hit the market again in 23.
Yeah.
So this year, he is going the Judge route and betting on himself for the 1 year.
That's fair.
Hope he does well, and when he does, he gets paid. If not, his career might be over.
Yeah.
It's literally one or the other.
Did you see Ross's interview?
Yeah, he found out on the desk of MLB the Network.
Yeah. And he's like, I guess you guys know more shit than I do.
Wow. When you have rats that walk around those winter meetings, they're listening to everything.
Right. One of the things that I do like about him going there is I really like their head coach. It's a
good place for him.
the Cubs have had, with Joe Madden, they were fantastic. He's one of those guys that also adapts to the times. But getting Ross as their head coach, he's a very relatable guy. Clubhouse loves him. Organization loves him. I think this team's going to be just fine. They're going to add a couple more pieces, and the Cubs are going to be relevant. They are going to be relevant soon.
Yeah, I still think they're a third-place team, but
That's
it's
fair.
a good place for him. He is literally just going for individual stats this year.
Yeah, why not?
And that's okay. The team's not going to be competitive, per se.
Yeah.
Because the Cardinals are just... We'll get to it later, but the Cardinals are just going to win the division outright. It's not going to be close.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Cody can ball out. And if he does, he'll get a nice deal next year. Maybe 4 or 5 year contract.
Yeah, and then last night, my heart sank. I was devastated. I knew Mitch Haniger wasn't going to come back. I mean, the Mariners probably threw him a pretty not great deal. The Mariners were not going to pay him $43 million. They just weren't.
No,
So he went to San Francisco, and I like it. I really like it. I think if Mitch Haniger is healthy, he is the MVP of a team. He can hit you 40 bombs. He can hit around 280, 290. Dude's an animal. He's great in the field. All around, he's a fucking fantastic human being. He's just had a lot of shit happen to him where he's been injured, plagued with it. But when he is on the field, he makes a difference. I believe he got a hit in every single postseason game this year. I mean, the dude always stays hungry. And I love this for this Giants team. And you're going to pair him up with Jock and Mike Yastrzemski and this young Giants team. I think this will be a good fit for him.
Well, they got to do something. They also have to bring Rodon back, but they had to do something offensively to keep up with the Padres and the Dodgers.
Yep.
Got to do something. So picking up him was good. Obviously, you wish you could have paired him with Jock and Judge, but
Yeah.
Especially Arson Judge, because I heard that guy's crazy.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I like the move. It's good for him. Obviously, being in Seattle for as long as he was, that's tough to leave. But
he was a big part of this team. He's been through the rebuild. He's seen storied players come. He's seen storied players go. And I'm sure it broke his heart signing with a different team. Because the love he had for Seattle, I mean, he's one of the reasons they ended the drought. And he is forever a fan favorite. I remember the first game I went to with my wife. The only game I've been to with my wife, shitty luck has happened. Adulting happened, can't make it out to the stadium as much. But me and this dude, I was drunker than shit, and I was talking about Mitch Haniger really loudly, and this dude turns around, and we lock eyes, and we both loved Mitch Haniger, and we high-fived. Never forget that moment. He's just fan favorite. And it just, sad day for a Mariners fan. Great day for him, though. Congratulations, Mitch. I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope that you have your full 3 healthy seasons. Got that off my chest. Philly makes some more moves. Love this move so much. They had Taijuan Walker for 4 years. Huge. Taijuan Walker just flew under the radar. And his time in New York, he was fantastic.
That's true.
So this adds to this lethal Philly starting rotation. And
they had to do something because Zach Eflin left.
They did. They did lose
That's
Eflin.
a big hole because he was the youngest starter on the market.
Yep.
So getting Walker is a good replacement for him. It's you lose some with the age, but that's okay.
Right.
I think he will fit in just well.
He's just gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very, very young kid when the Mariners called him up. He's very young. And, he struggled injuries, all that. But his time in New York, when he was on the mound, he was disgusting. And as you said, he left New York to go to a rival.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. This is probably the better chance to win a World Series. But no, this is huge for Philadelphia. This team just keeps getting nothing but W's across the board. Love to see it.
Yeah, they are going to achieve their goal this year, and that is, can you beat the Braves? And they are doing everything in their power, resource-wise, to do that.
Yeah.
Now, they still have to play the 19 games, but they set themselves up to beat the Braves in that season series.
Yep. And the Mets.
Yeah, but right now their main concern is the Braves.
That's true. Next team. Cubs add another arm. They get Jameson Taillon for 4-year, $68. I like it.
That's a tough loss for the Yankees, really.
Yeah, I mean...
Second overall pick, or fourth overall pick. That Machado draft.
Oh, yeah. I do like this. I do like that the Cubs are adding pieces. They're trying to get back to making the playoffs, doing all that jazz. And they're doing it. You know, they went out and added Marcus Stroman and Seiya Suzuki last year. They still have Ian Happ. They did lose Wilson Contreras. But
originally was picked second.
I do like this. You're adding to your starting rotation, which is...
It needed help.
Yeah, and it's basically Marcus Stroman. So...
Yeah, because Drew Smiley, and I actually can't even name the other three, so...
Yeah.
That's a hot start.
So this morning you got your wish.
Unfortunately.
Waking up to Aaron Judge signing.
I won money after that, so I'm happy.
So absolutely love that he got paid. I don't love that he went back to New York.
Like I was telling you, I genuinely believe the Giants and Padres were just leverage.
$400 million from the Padres, though.
And it got held to move up from 340 to 360.
Yeah.
And added a year.
But $400 million. You'd be the second highest paid player. Because nobody's ever getting paid more than Mike Trout.
But you also have to think about it logistically. California state taxes are a lot different. You'd have to live in San Diego. It's very expensive to live there.
It's true.
I mean, it's expensive to live in New York as well, but you don't get hurt by taxes as much.
Right.
Especially if you live in New Jersey. You know, you have to think about it from like an actual like living situation. Like, he's got everything in New York.
Right.
You'd have to move that cross country.
Right. I do love that he got paid, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just you don't have to prove it now, so don't go hitting 62 home runs next year, because you were getting...
They won't play him as much as they did this year.
He was gassed. You could tell.
He was swinging out of his shoes.
I don't know how much more you can really do this offseason with the Yankees. I know they have basically unlimited money.
I was going to say it's the Yankees. They have unlimited funds.
But that's a big contract. And I don't know how much more they can add to be a World Series contender this year.
I don't think they have to add anything, to be honest with you.
I still think they need...
Maybe fill Taillon's hole, but... Well,
yeah.
That was bad. I didn't think that through.
Got him.
Avoid from Taillon leaving. There you go. It's better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Their bullpen was good. They just got to stay healthy because
Yeah.
Michael King got hurt. Chad Green got hurt for a period of time.
Yep. And then they... Clay Holmes, I think, went down too.
Holmes got hurt too, yeah. They all got hurt at some point in time.
I mean, it was a good deal.
There. Yeah.
And more than likely, they're going to be slapping a big old C on his jersey. And if they don't, it's disgrace.
They should just change the NY to a C for him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Or like put it on the side of his hat or something. I don't know.
Yeah. He is going to be the captain of that team. I was talking, I don't know if it was with you off the podcast or if it was with my brother. The only thing with Aaron Judge, he's older. He's, I believe, 32. And I fact check me. I think he's 32.
He's 29, but that's okay.
Is he?
He's 30. He's 30.
He's 30. So you're looking at 39 after his contract's up. More than likely, he'll be playing or he'll be DHing the last 4 or 5 years.
Like Cabrera. That's sad to see.
Because
his contract.
Because that being that size is not gonna age well with him running and doing all that with him aging. It's gonna be you're paying $360 million for his bat, and that's it.
Yep.
That's the one downside to this deal.
But his defense is, as of right now, fantastic.
Yes.
He's got a strong arm. Can hose anybody. I think the only person in the league that's got a better arm, outfielder-wise, is Mookie Betts.
Yes. I agree.
Comment down below if you think I'm wrong, if I forgot somebody. He's
got. I will say one person because he is normally in that like best player in the league conversation when healthy, and he also has probably one of the best defense capabilities in all the league. Byron Buxton.
I think Judge's arm is better than Buxton's.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I do think Mookie Betts' arm is better.
That's fair.
I don't know how many times I have to see him throw it from the right field corner to third base on a line.
Yeah.
To get somebody out.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts is the best arm.
I do love Mookie. He is.
I'm just making a point. Like,
yeah.
I just got to do that about 12 times for me to actually like put him above.
That's fair.
But
Mets do add an arm. They lost. They did lose DeGrom and Walker. They brought Jose Quintana in for a 2-year deal. I like it.
Interesting deal.
I like it because he's been decent. He's older.
He pitched for Chicago last year.
Yeah, he did.
There's one of their 3 that I couldn't remember. He was one of them. Right, stats. Nope, he pitched for St. Louis last year.
Oh, that's right. He did go to St. Louis.
LOL.
But, yeah.
I'm just a moron.
They get him in on a cheap deal. It's not a bad signing. It's just you're throwing him at the end of your rotation.
Hopefully they get Bassett back, and then you really could throw him at the end of the rotation.
Yeah.
Because that's key for them is just getting Bassett back. But, at least they got somebody to fill that spot, but it's not the same as Bassett.
Yeah. The Red Sox get Kenley Jensen. Don't like it.
I do.
I don't know, man. He's not been what he normally is the last couple of years.
You know what? He didn't have a bad year last year. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't like 2020 regular season Jensen.
Right.
But as a Rays fan, with him on the down, it's fantastic. We blown saves he could have against Tampa. Fantastic for me. Me, not for a week, but
that's true.
They needed help. They needed help out there in the bullpen. And who knows? Maybe he does pitch well.
You would hope so. Well, maybe not for you, but
yeah, just not the 19 games Tampa plays him.
That's fair.
To forget how to pitch, just like the World Series.
In
Brett Phillips.
The last signing, huge. This one was one of the big ones. Wilson Contreras agrees to a 5-year deal with the St. Louis Cardinals. I love it. It gives Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan some protection. And this Cardinals team is going to stay good.
It's a good replacement for Yachty.
Yep.
Because defensively, he's pretty solid. He's not Yachty. Nobody is.
No.
That's what made him great. Is literally just his defense. That's why he batted 8. But he's kind of like a Buster Posey, where he's got the good defense and can also hit you for power.
Yeah. And, he had a fantastic contract year.
He did.
So you would hope he puts those numbers up in St. Louis and help this team make it out of the wild card.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, though, it bolsters that lineup a lot because hopefully Dylan Carlson can figure it out.
You hope Tyler O'Neill figures it out.
God, what's that guy's first name? Donovan, their second baseman. Oh, what's his first name? It's going to tilt me. I'm already tilted.
I think it starts with a B.
It's not Brandon Donovan. Infielder. It is Brendan Donovan.
There you go.
Nolan Gorman's still on the team.
Yep.
It's, that lineup is, to me, kind of shaky. Tyler O'Neill had a down year. Lars Nootbaar is a fantastic left-handed bat.
Yep.
But
So is Nolan Gorman.
Well, you hope. Hope maybe even they get him to play second base this year. Even though Brendan had a really good, almost rookie. If Spencer and Michael Harris didn't have a fantastic year, he's right there in the rookie of the year talks. So
right.
And he flew under the radar, really. But adding an all-star catcher to fill in for your 9-time all-star catcher.
Yeah. Hall of Fame bound.
It fits right in. So I think it's good for him. It fits. He goes to a contender now.
Yep. And
he's playing the same division.
Yeah, so you can see basically everybody that he saw. So it's a great move. Hopefully it gets him that next push. But that was kind of it. That's the recap. That's, our thoughts and opinions on it.
I was going to say, I've heard Xander might sign as of tonight or early tomorrow morning.
Go Mariners. Please do something else. Probably not. But
I don't even think he's linked to Seattle.
No, I think... Well, I've seen his name pop up once. But maybe Carlos Correa would be the guy that they would go after. Maybe Dansby. Who knows? But anyway, guys... Yeah. And,
150? 160?
The Mariners could...
Tigers?
The Mariners could... the Tigers don't need him. They got Javi.
Yeah, so I get 3 pitches in the dirt.
You sure can.
That video of Sister Jean throwing that first pitch and Javi on it's fantastic.
But yeah, that's all that's happened up to date. Nothing broke while we were recording.
That's true. The Rule 5 draft ended. That's what happened.
Yeah. But anyway, guys.
People care about that.
I think that's going to do it for us today. Let's hit you with the socials one more time. You can find me on Twitter at Killing Kane and YouTube at Killing Kane. Kick it over to Day here. He'll give his socials. Take us on the outro.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Realdaygaming 1. The show's Twitter is the Kane and Day Show. Hit us up on there.
Do it.
I have... HR doesn't have to yell at me this time.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do my best to just be active on there.
Well, that's good. And then...
yeah, for sure.
Also, if you liked the video, go ahead. Leave a like down below. In the comment section, tell us what you think the best signing, the worst signing has been so far. Also, subscribe to us. We're pretty great. If you're listening over on Spotify, go ahead and leave a review. Hit us up on Twitter, guys. But that's going to be it for today. I'm Kane, and this is Day, and we will talk to you guys next time.